Welcome, friends. It is I, your Scarf, and it's time for the Sunday vlog. And this is a vlog I want to do for like a week. I didn't do it because of Arizona, and I've been sick. I'm still sick, but hopefully not so much. And this is probably the most serious vlog of them all. Let's talk about Cobb really quick, and I'll talk about the rest of things. So Cobb, balls, is he squishy? Like, he's a melee guardian, and he's so squishy, and it's just... everything about him screams, I need to be able to take a punch so I can do what I need to do, and he can't take a punch. He's got the glassiest jaw of all the Guardians right now, and his stats don't reflect what he needs to be able to do, and it's very disappointing and unfortunate, and we'll see if he gets buffed or what the hell they do about him. Odin and Arachne are getting changes to them. I felt like Odin was pretty close to a good balance, but now they're just going to change him, so that's unfortunate. And Arachne, of course, they gave up on Arachne half a year ago. They gave up on her, so now they got to rework her, and the fact it's taking this long to do it is kind of disappointing. Actually, it's very disappointing. You never want any god in your roster to be neglected, and they did it anyway, so it was very unfortunate there. And they did it just because Noob still loved her. And also just the old love of her as well. And then you worry about Alquang with the rework of the new look for him and all the stuff they're going to do with him, how they're going to, well, they're Hunbatsing him, and how people are going to react to that, because this is an old ingrained god at this point. Alquang is that, so we'll see what they do with that. Is he going to be a humanoid? Is he going to be a dragon still? What are they going to do with that? And there will be outcry no matter what. There's going to be a lot of outcry over a lot of these old gods. And as much as we complain, at the end of the day, Smite will just keep going on and growing, because that's the size the beast has gotten at this point. Is Smite is just going to keep growing. Doesn't matter how much we hate it, anything about the game, it's just going to keep growing. That's my belief right now about Smite. And that's unfortunate, because I think they know that. They'll still try to do right by us, I think, but they know they do have plenty of leeway to do whatever they want, because they've partially earned that, and also they've gotten to the size where they can do that. So we'll see what happens in the future. That's all the Smite stuff. In the background, I don't know what game's up, because I'm doing this early. I just want to, just want to have plenty of time to do this right and everything. That's why I'm doing it at the time that I'm doing it right now, which is not anywhere near the day this is going to come out. And hopefully I don't sniffle too much or cough too much to make this so damn hard to edit. I want to talk about, okay, my birthday's coming up, that's one thing. Then I gotta talk about all the depression stuff, like Robin Williams and all that, suicide and depression. I gotta talk about this stuff. Because at least 100 to 200 of you are going to watch this vlog. And chances are at least one person is going to have depression, and I'm going to hopefully it gets to them, if they do have depression, to get help on this. And I'm going to talk about myself at length about all this. So let's talk a little bit of my life. As the years of entertainer goes with this and everything else, you'll learn more and more about me as tidbits go out, I think, and there's a lot of stories, because my life has been redonkulous as hell. And just tell a little bit. Let's see here. Born and raised in a poor neighborhood, basically the ghetto, around a lot of minorities, because I am a minority, and some other things, but gangs were a thing in my area. When you go to the elementary school where I went to, they have to explain gangs and gang terminology and all this stuff, and how you're supposed to answer questions from other people so they don't think you're in a gang, so they don't shoot you, and things like that. That was a real thing for me growing up, was the fear of getting shot because of gang warfare and things like that. It wasn't too bad though, because the gangs were on the outside layer of where I was. But a stray bullet does happen, and luckily didn't get anybody, but they did happen in my youth. Another point of things is, one friend pointing a gun at another friend, that has happened in my youth. That was interesting. And yeah, led an interesting life as a youth. As a teenager, also elementary, full A's, all that, I'm Asian. High school, same thing, full A's, graduated with all the honors possible. I was salutatorian, though I got beat out by someone just by 0.1 right there, because you can do honors and they can go a little bit above 4.0, which is weird. But during that high school time, I lost a lot of people in my life. Not at one time, but every year someone else died in my life. I lost my mother, my aunt, my grandparents, and just more people. I lost a lot of people in my life when I was a teenager. And teenage is usually the toughest time for a lot of people. And sure, that was a tough-ass time, and I pushed through it. I didn't, things didn't hit me until way later in my life, when it came to losing so many important people in my life. It really sucked, though, of course. It hurt a lot of people, that series of losses there. And, yeah, it just sucked. I dealt with it and just pushed through school. I used school to distract myself, so that's why I went out with a 4.0, all the honors and everything, and then I went to college. And college is where everything started to hit, and I hit depression. Sometime during my college years, second year, met Gwen, Jinx, and we were good buddies and everything, and she was I had a lot of friends over the years, but she was the one that really felt like a real friend. I hung out with a lot, so we were best friends from the beginning, pretty much. And depression hit sometime around the same time as I ran Jinx, and we both dealt with, she also had some problems as well, and we both dealt with our problems as we were friends throughout the whole thing. But, I'm wearing this wrong. So I've already told you up to college. There's a lot of stories through my life I can tell, but college has a lot of interesting stories as well. Monday, the 25th of August, is going to be my birthday. It will be my 29th birthday. I'm 29. Coming out of college, I had all these hopes and beliefs and everything. I believed in working hard. I believed in the American dream, still do, kind of. I wanted to have just a job that served the people. That's why I went into biology and eventually all these things. I'll see some of the jobs I've done. At some point during my life, I was in ballet. Just a little funny idea thing. I was in ballet for a while, everybody. Couple of years. That was interesting. That was fun. Really hard to do. Now more so everything. So while I was in college, I did a bunch of jobs. I did chemical research for the military, and this is defense research. So this is defending the people. I did research on that. We were finding ways to help us out if chemical warfare was used against America. And I got to see a lot of things in that, and I got to do a lot of research there, and it was very fulfilling. I was very happy with that because, well, it was helping defending America if something went wrong. And not just that, but the findings we find would go to other countries as well. So if other countries were attacked, the defenses we researched in would help them out as well. That's really what happened there, and I was very good and proud of that. I also had a job at basically a museum, and there was not as rewarding. It was more of a species thing going on there and learning about a bunch of species and genera and family and all that. And it was more exploration of the past kind of thing, or the present and the past kind of thing. I've been able to do a lot of things, and chemical research was one of them. Then the other one was doing more museum work, more curatory work, curation. I did that kind of work there, species and genera, because I believe science and research is, the goal of it all is truth. The truth of the past, the truth of the present, and the truth that will be the future. That is what I believe in when it comes to science. And so I've done a lot of random jobs for my belief in helping mankind. That's always been my thing. And then I ended up in neuroscience. I've also done surgeries, by the way, but I ended up in neuroscience. Now, neuroscience is a very interesting business. I did work in Huntington's, Alzheimer's, not really Parkinson's, although that is partially something you work on at the same time as Alzheimer's, and just other general stuff. And, well, next to me were people working on just understanding the brain. This is years into my life at this point. I'm doing neuroscience. And I have a girlfriend. Loved her a lot. Neuroscience. I'm in neuroscience here. And my boss was a dick. His group was him, 8 girls, and then me. And he liked me for a little bit because I was good at what I did. But then he made some joke at my expense, and all the girls laughed and giggled about it. And so that started to become his shtick. So it started to be, I was his punching bag. And all I did was take it because the money wasn't bad. And I had a family to support. I was helping my father and sister because I'm Asian, you help your family. You make money to help your family. And I had a girlfriend, and I wanted to have, a wife, kids, all that stuff. That was my goal in life, was to have a family. I'm serving the people right now. I'm doing this really fun neuroscience job. I'm serving the people, want to have a family. I started to do the YouTube stuff as well because I want to entertain people as well. That's what I was doing. I'm skipping a bunch of details in my life, obviously, because I'm jumping from college to a bunch of random jobs to nearly now because the YouTube channel is 2 years old, almost 2 years old. And I was this guy's punching bag. And it sucked, but I took it because I wanted to keep this job. Because it was an important job and I wanted to keep doing it. And I just kept taking the punches because everyone told me you just let the boss do whatever he wants. You just let him do it and do your work. And he did. He just kept laying into me, kept making me feel like crap. And did not help the depression at all. that's the other thing I'm leaving out is I've been fighting depression for the last 10 years. I've been fighting it for a long time, and it's borderline the belief that it's manic depression because I do get really high at times as well. You've seen it where I'm really high, but I've been fighting depression for 10 years, guys. You guys don't see that. You guys never see that. You guys see me when I'm angry, upset, but those are not the same as depression. And I make sure you guys don't see the depressed side because obviously that would not be good. That's not something you do is you don't let people see the depressed side. But anyway, I am all over the place on this. He laid into me a lot, and I kept taking it. And as some of you know, despite all the crap I went through and took, my work did dip on that one, but I still did a good job. I did a damn good job. I was not as enthusiastic as I used to be. People were wondering why I looked miserable, which is a weird question because they know damn well I was miserable because they were giggling at the things that were making me miserable. It was really dumb, but I just kept going at it, kept working because I just wanted to have a family and everything. And then, as some of you know, I got laid off because money was getting tight. I got laid off the weekend before Christmas. At this point, I'm 20-something. I'm almost 30. Like, I'm getting there. And I've lost my job. I don't have a job anymore. And so, the hell do I do? It's right before Christmas, and I'm getting laid off. Friday, didn't feel too much. Saturday, felt a bit. Sunday night is where things went dark. I'm not going to say when this was. Well, obviously it's right before Christmas, but that night, I fully went for, I was convinced on ending it all. That night I was going to do it. But I was in a very strong position to make it happen. And I was in the moment of it for, like, the last point before actually doing it for hours. Maybe 3 or 4 hours. I was just there in it. And thousands of thoughts go through your mind when you're that close to the edge. Thousands of thoughts. Every thought. Every positive, every negative. Everything goes through your mind when you do that. And after 4 hours, I calmed down and I didn't do it. Eventually, I think they realized it maybe, but Jinx and my girlfriend both knew about it. I think I told them, or they just had an inkling because usually I'm in constant contact with them. I don't know. I don't remember anymore. And my girlfriend I would lose all respect for you if you did that. And Jinx was just pretty devastated about it. And so was begged that I don't do it again. And yeah, I didn't want to do it again. Of course not. Still fought depression for a long time. A lot of maybe wanting to do it again. But I never really went too far with it. But thought about it a lot. A lot. For months I thought about it. I tried again, people. I tried again. And again, this is sometime during the channel's life, and not going to say when it was. But I don't love my girlfriend. I still love her. Like, I miss her a lot still, kind of thing. She was getting tired of waiting for me to get everything together. Like, after I lost that job, all my references turned on me. Because they all sided with my boss. So I had no references for work. I impressed a lot of people, but when they called my references, they apparently shit on me. And I didn't find out about that until way later when I finally one of them said, well, your references just said you were terrible. I'm amazing. I know I am. I'm good. But apparently those references, they made them think that I was faking it all. So then I ended up having no references. And when you have no references, nobody wants your ass. And I had to deal with that. And Jesus, the hell am I going to do? I got degrees and no one wants to hire me. Crap. Like, the first time I tried, I didn't feel like a man anymore. I didn't feel like anything. I felt like worthless. That's why I wanted to end it, because I didn't feel like I felt like I was dead weight. And I'm still feeling like I'm dead weight through this whole time because I still don't have a job. I feel like nothing. I'm miserable. I'm doing the channel, which is making me happy. That's happening. But another part of me is depressed and miserable and just doesn't know what to do. Because I'm at least thankfully being real about the YouTube and Twitch is that it takes a long time to craft this thing. I'm not going to be a big hit overnight. That's why I work hard at it. We try to do better skills at it all the time. You know that. Or we're always improving at it because I love what we're doing here. It's very fun. Constantly working on it. It makes me happy, making you guys happy. It really does, and it keeps me going. And also, of course, having Inks around keeps me going as well. She's always been there for me. She's always been there. So she's helped me through it a lot. But my girlfriend was at the point where she was hinting that she just couldn't wait anymore. She wanted to have a family and everything already, and I'm not bringing it. And when the hints finally sunk in, I disappeared for a little bit because I felt like it was over. I didn't feel like a person because I didn't have a job. I wasn't doing anything for anyone. I was doing the YouTube. No offense to you guys that wasn't enough. But I just didn't feel like I was doing enough for society, and I wasn't doing enough for my family. I wasn't doing enough for anyone. I just felt worthless. I felt like it was better for me to be gone. And when she hinted pretty strongly that she can't wait anymore, I felt like it was the end. Because I love this woman very much. All of me loved her. Still loves her. Shit. So I disappeared. And it was obvious what I was going to do at this point. So my phone's going crazy. Threw that away. And again, I was on the edge. Very, very close. Thoughts swirling. So many thoughts going on. Thinking about everything. Thinking about my entire life. Everything. So many thoughts were going through there. Family, friends, work I've done in the past, the good I've done, the bad I've done, regrets, all these things. Everything's going on there. Everything's going on through my head. Everything. And there's constantly the voice of I'm worthless. I'm wasting everyone's time. I am not doing anything worth anything for anyone. And when I'm gone, there is no one being held down by me. I'm not holding anyone back. These are real thoughts I had, guys and ladies. This is things. And it just, those were all those thoughts. Those were a lot of thoughts I was having. I had those a lot. Sometimes I still have those a little bit. Not as much lately, because I feel like I'm doing something again, but I was in that moment for an eternity. The edge of the end for an eternity. And I didn't do it. Like, I don't know what to say as to why I didn't do it. You could hope it's because I realized family and friends and all that, people I love and all that. I just calmed down? I don't know. I didn't do it. I swore and I promised to everyone and everything I wouldn't get that far ever again. But I knew it was already the end for me and my girlfriend, who I loved so damn much, because I went that far again. I went that far again. I knew that was it for that. But because I didn't want to I haven't gone that far again. And I don't plan on ever going that far again. I swore to everyone and everything I won't go that far again, but I lost her. There is still a part of me that hopes for something to somehow come back out of that, of me and her. That it haunts me because I wish it so hard, and that is part of the current depression that I have, is that. That might be a lot of it at this point, because things are getting a little bit better in other ways, but I'm going back to school, so depression is a lot less. I'm feeling like I'm getting more productive. The channel, of course, has always helped. Jinx and the channel have always helped. Jinx has always been there. She's been a rock for me, so she's helped me a lot. And the channel's also been pretty good therapy, because it's just, I'm entertaining people. I'm not doing everything I want to do with my life, but I'm making people happy, and that helps a lot. It really does. I'm thankful to each and every one of y'all that I'm able to entertain you, everybody. I'm thankful for that. I'm glad I'm able to do that. That I have some sort of skill for that. And Robin Williams, guys, that Monday when he died, you saw how high up I was on my energy, and then someone said Robin Williams is dead, and I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe it was gone. And then later on you learned the details of what happened. He was fully committed to it. He went all in on that. And that sucks. He was a great entertainer. He was a great actor. And it's interesting just reading different articles, and these articles just from comedy people saying, yeah, depression is a thing for a lot of people in comedy, and depression is a thing for a lot of people in the intellectual stuff, like research. Like, a lot of people get depressed. Like, the reason why I never became a doctor is because depression is huge in medical. I went partially there when I did neuroscience, but I didn't go into the full medical side. I wasn't the research side of it. And it is. Like, the weight of that, the weight of trying to save lives does make you depressed. And that was part of my depression, besides feeling like shit, was just, if we don't make progress, like, we want to make progress towards solving, or stopping, or maintaining a stoppage, or slowing down Alzheimer's and all those things, because Alzheimer's is depressing as hell. And there was depression from that, the depression of the weight of trying to help people in that way. There's a lot of different depressions you go through your life, and so I've had varying depressions. And just, god dang it, Robin Williams is dead. He killed himself. I can't believe it. This dude was high up there. He's someone that a lot of people looked up to. He was a very funny guy, high energy, and he's gone. And that's what part of the thing to take away from it is, just because someone is showing all this high energy and everything, you don't really know. There's always a chance that they're not really completely happy. There's a chance that there's some sort of darkness going on inside. And we saw that with Robin Williams. It was very unfortunate. And I'm just saying, anecdotally, is that the word? Personally, that it is true, because we've seen me pretty high up, but on the inside there is depression going on. And I've done my best to keep some sort of professional energy there. It does get lost. Luckily, I've transformed it into depression instead of a poor me kind of thing going on. I mean, luckily I've turned it in, it's not a good thing to turn into anger, but it's probably a better emotion than just me being depressed on camera. That'd be pretty bad. It's like, oh, poor Sky. But, where am I going with this part? I hate when I ramble, although it's what I am. At least one person watching this, you're probably going through depression too. And it sucks. I know that. You know that. But there are people who can help you. If you have friends, hopefully. You have family, hopefully. And if you don't have those, there are people you can call. There are hotlines you can call. They will listen to you. They will totally listen to you. They won't judge you. They will listen. Because they're there for you. They're there for everyone. They're there to make sure people don't hurt themselves. They're fully on that. They will not give you crap for whatever it is that is giving you trouble. I know sometimes some things sound like first world problems, but different people have different problems. Different people have different things that depress them. And those people will do their job and just help you through it. I had Jinx to help me through my stuff. This channel helps out a lot, and of course going back to school is really helping out. I'm going back to school. I'm doing 2 degrees because I really, really want to get back into work, and getting 2 degrees will really help with that. And I'll be helping a large population of people with this job. Water is important, obviously, and California's in a drought. Getting a job in water is very important to society, and I'm happy about that. That's why I'm doing this. Why I'm gonna get these degrees. I'm gonna do this. I don't know jack about water, but I'm gonna be the best that I can be, because that's the person I am. And so I'm feeling more productive in that. That's what's going on there. And so depression is less right now, but it could be heavier later. And basically what I'm saying is, if you are depressed, you're not alone. There are people who are willing to help you. And also, it's not the end, because there are high points and low points in life. And I've gone through a lot of low points in my life. A hell of a lot. And I'm still alive right now. And there's going to be a lot of high points in the future, and there's going to be a lot of low points in the future. But those high points are what I focus on, and they'll push me forward. And just having friends and everything does push me forward as well. And hope. I've always been about hope, and there's still hope. And it's hope, people. Hope. There's always going to be a bright side. No matter how dark it gets, there's always going to be a bright side, everybody. That's what I'm trying to say, I think. Just don't let that darkness swallow you up. Damn it, Robin Williams is gone. Don't let it take you. Don't let it take you, because the truth of the matter is what happens in your wake. He's just an actor, yeah, but there are people who are so affected by Robin Williams and losing him. Like, that's like, it hurts me. Like, that sucks. He was great, and he's gone. Think of his family. He left them behind. They got to be devastated. Every single one of them's going to question, how could they have helped? All of them. And that could have been the same thing for me. Just realizing that, how would it have affected my girlfriend if I went through with it? Jinx, what would that have done to her? My family, like, who the hell finds my body? Like, who finds it? What that does to them? And especially after all the people my family has lost, and then they lose me to suicide. Those are the things you don't think about when you're in the moment. You don't think about what you're gonna do to everyone around you. And you feel like crap about that. You feel depressed about that. I feel depressed. I can see me. I feel depressed about that as well. What I almost did. What the things that could have happened. And that's terrible. That's something should not be done to my family, to my friends, to anyone. That's not something I should be doing to them. So I'm not gonna do it, huh? Just, when you get depressed, the hard part, of course, is what you're thinking about. Because no matter what you're thinking about, you will find the dark side of it. Because I know that personally. You will find the darkness to so many things. And Jinx hates it so much because I can always find the darkness to things because of my depression. And you just gotta find a way through it. There are people, there are doctors, there are friends, there are family. Sometimes it's maybe inside you. There are things to get through it. Don't use drugs, though. I mean, medical drugs, fine. Don't use recreation. Don't use crack. Don't use crack. Don't use heroin. Don't use alcohol. Don't use those things. I'll admit this. I lost my mother to drugs. I lost her to alcohol and drugs. That's not the way you want to lose your parents. That's not the way you want to lose your mother. That's what I lost her to. That sucks. So because of that, I'm never going to try anything. Alcohol is, of course, a family gathering thing, but that's it. Because of here, I'm never going to do any of those things, ever. But there's a lot of... I don't know where I'm going anywhere. There's a lot of ways to hurt a lot of people. And if you care about them, you don't want to do it, of course. And this is one very devastating way to hurt everyone and everything involved. Just find a way through it. I'm still finding my way through it over and over again. God, this is a dark episode. But I want to have this up because there is someone who might have a problem as well. And I want them to know that you can do something about it. Because I'm alive still. I'm still alive. And it sucks when people kill themselves. It really does. And depression sucks. Of course it does. But you can get through it. There's so many ways to help you get through it. You just have to try to do it. But I still have hope. Hope has always been my thing. Hope on the horizon. I'm gonna have this job, and it's gonna be... I'm gonna push with everything I've got to get this job. And I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it because I'm gonna fight for it with everything I've got. And at the same time, I'm going to be doing this channel, and I'm going to be improving on it every chance I get. Jinx does the same thing. She's going to be improving every chance she gets as well. Because we enjoy doing this. We're going to make people smile and happy. We're going to do more things to make it even better, to make more people happy. Because it's just so enjoyable. Smiles are awesome. The more smiles, the less frowns, huh? So that's important. And so we're always going to treat it as important. We're going to keep working at it. I become a big-time thing on the internet? That'd be great. Because that means I can reach more people. I can make more people happy. I can... If I have to do another one of these, I can reach more people in that way as well. And then charities. I want to do freaking charities, man. I want to help with diseases in some small way. And this way it would be money. But I want to help. All I want to do with my life is I want to help things. I just want to help, guys. That's all I want. Whatever way I can. That's all that matters to me. At least on the outward things. Of course, I still want a family and all that. 29, don't have one, it hurts, but I'll have one eventually. I have hope. And I believe I can still succeed in them. Because if I ever give up, then I'm not going to break my promise. I don't know. I just keep trying. I'll be 70 or 80 and I'll just keep trying. Because that's what I've decided at this point. I'm not going to give up. I got close twice to giving up. I'm not going to give up ever again. I will fight tooth and nail for that. Because that's what I already do. Whew. The future's bright, everybody. No matter what, the future's bright. This channel will keep growing. It'll get better. It'll get stronger. And we'll do more things to entertain more people. That's what's going to happen. My personal life hopefully gets better eventually. My professional life, as I said, I'm confident I'll get the job, and then I'll be able to help society in that way. And I'll be making money. And with that money, I can get better hardware for things. We can set up, like, I can paint my wall green. We can do something with a green screen of some kind. I can do giveaways. I can do better giveaways. Like, give away gems for Smite. I can give away games. Like, hell, a new game comes out. Hey, giveaway. Like, if I had the job now, it would be, okay, everybody, let's have fun. Let's do Alien Isolation. Everyone turn off your lights. Okay, we're all going to get scared together. Alright, we're all going to get scared. And when this is over, I will give away a copy of this game to somebody. Like, that would be a fun thing. I can't do that yet. But it'd be great in the future. Do something like that. Like, okay, all of us together. Scare cam time. Let's do this. And give away a game. Like, after all that craziness, give away a game. Give away that game. Have fun with that. And that'd be fun to do. Just give stuff away. Give people stuff to enjoy. That'd be awesome. It'd be great. And I want to do that, and I will do that. Just how many years is it going to take to get to that point? 1 to 2 years. Hopefully not as long. Maybe 3 years, but not as long as that, hopefully. Future's bright. Gonna keep fighting for it. Gonna keep pushing forward, guys. Life is too important to give up. If you give up, then you don't have any potential to make it better. Keep living, because there's those good points. There's gonna be good times. And they won't be there if you don't keep trying. Alright, this has gone on way too long. I was shooting for 30. Looking a lot longer than that. I know games in the background. That game's gotta be over by now. I don't even know what we're putting behind this thing. But that is the vlog. And I hope it helped somebody. And you guys get to know a little bit more about me. And there's plenty more stories I could tell. Better stories, happy stories, not sad stories. I actually don't know by the government if I'm not allowed to talk about the chemical weapons defense stuff. Though I think it's pretty innocuous, if that's the right word. Because it's just stuff that helps. And there's not really anything the bad people could do to get around it. Not exactly anyway. Not unless I said real specifics. I'm not going to say real specific. But I can tell that story as well. That was very interesting work to do. But there you go. That is the vlog. Thank you to the 2 of you who stuck around for the whole thing. I'm sorry it's so heavy, guys. My birthday is Monday. And Robin Williams was a big hit in the pants. And sometimes you gotta do something that isn't popular to hopefully reach somebody. Who wants to hear about a guy being depressed? Nobody wants to hear about that. Nobody. I don't. I don't at all. But I'm putting it on you guys. I'm a hypocrite on this. That's the vlog. Obviously it wasn't exactly a fun thing doing this one, but I hope it reaches somebody, and thanks for sticking it out and just listen to the whole thing. Or if you muted me and watched the game, hope that was a fun game, whatever the hell was up on the screen. And there you go. I'll see you guys next time. Well, I do stream nearly daily, so I'll see you guys at whatever thing. Yeah. I'm not finding an easy way to end this one, but see you later, everybody. See you later.
Nice job. Good game. An ally has been slain. Attack the Titan. Good game.
Quiet.
Nice job.
I'm the greatest.